Hey everybody, what's going on? Dr. Kramer here. I am coming to you live with one of my wonderful rock star patients, Bonnie Flores. Bonnie, what's up today?
Hey, not much. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
Good. You all staying busy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's a great thing. That's a great thing. I just wanted to dive in today with everybody and give you an opportunity to learn a little bit about some of the really life-changing results we provide at our office. And I think Bonnie is a excellent example of some of these results that we've seen. And so, Bonnie, I want to start off with just asking you some simple questions. And I want to start with asking, before you started working with us at Hope Chiropractic Center here in Southlake, what was your health like?
It was pretty bad. I was suffering from migraines every day, and I had an unexplained jaw pain, and then it went from would go from my ear to my face, and I thought I had dental problem, and then I thought I had ear infections and stuff like that. So it's just a day to day. My life was just really down from day to day, just really a lot of pain.
That's not fun. How long were you dealing with it for?
Well, I didn't know that it was spine related, but apparently I've been dealing with it for 10 plus years.
That's not fun at all.
No.
No, that's not fun at all. And in the past, has anything helped you work through these things?
Um, I've been taking ibuprofen like it's going out of business. I mean, it would help for a minute and then it wouldn't, just take the edge off of it. But really, throughout my life, not really knowing what the trigeminal nerve even was, I, other types of chiropractors that would help, and every time I would have sciatica or something, they would help. But it never was, fully, it never was all the way. And so, but really, I just lived with the pain, and it just kind of became a part of my daily life. And I just kind of accepted that that's how it was going to be.
That's
Just
not fun. That's not fun to
no,
live with. That's a hard place to live.
yeah, just in pain every day. It's just, and it kind of brings you down. I mean, it kind of brings you into a different mental level too. I suffered from depression a lot because of it. And it's like nobody knows, nobody understands, nobody believes, what you're going through. And so they just kind of write you off as, oh, well, whatever. And, so you just learn to live with it, and it cramps your style. It's like when you have major pain, and then you don't know what's causing it and you don't know how to do it. I just take drugs, just take medication, take ibuprofen and try to find, things that work.
And none of it worked.
No, not long term. Not
No,
even,
not at all.
and like maybe it will take the edge off. You go into, when you suffer with a migraine, you go into your room, you turn off all the noise, you turn off all the lights, and you go to sleep for a few hours, and you wake up and you feel a little bit better, but it doesn't ever last long. I mean, I was having, I don't know, 5 to 7 migraines a week, and in between that, headaches every day. I was sensitive to smells, like when someone would wear perfume, cologne, or even laundry detergent. Um, I would be hypersensitive, and it would cause instant massive headaches. And even when my baby was born, and people would come over Sunday afternoon, they go to church and they'd come over and they want to see my baby and they would snuggle on her, their perfume would rub off on my baby.
Yeah.
And then when I would get her back, it would just instant headache, ruin the whole rest of my day. So it's just something that I lived with. I complained about, I cried a lot about. It was depressing.
Now, Bonnie, I want to ask before, did this all start because of an accident or a trauma of some type in your life?
Yes, when I was 16 years old, I was in a car accident. I was a passenger, and we were hit, and I had just immediate pain. And it's just, I've seen chiropractors, several of them since then. And then in 2016, I guess, I was in another rear end accident where my seat back actually broke and struck me really hard right at the base of my skull. And I saw another upper cervical there in Tyler, where I used to live, and his methods were a little different. So there was no instant relief, but after about 4 to 6 weeks, I started to realize, but where did my headaches go?
Awesome. That is
And
so
so
cool.
I'm sorry.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, wait, where what's going on? And so he took away years of headaches just by going and just doing that little thing. And then when we moved to Grapevine, I kind of, I left my doctor, and so I didn't go back to one. I kept thinking I need to find a new one, and so we lived here about 3 years, and these pains, these migraines started coming back. I mean, all that he did was great, but it didn't last forever, and it just and I didn't realize, that's what it was. And so I spent like 10 grand on dental work, thinking it was, my teeth. And I would go in to the doctor saying, look, I have a major ear infection. It's major. It's like, and they'll say, your ears look good. There's nothing wrong. And so they'd be like, okay, then what's wrong? If my ear looks fine, sure, but I'm telling you I'm in pain, but you're fine. But I'm in pain, but you're fine. Yeah. So no one really listened. And then the trampoline accident that I had, I actually was on trampoline jumping with my kids, and they threw a ball, like a big 3-foot yoga ball, and it went under me. And when I landed on the top of my head, and then my head went down like that to my shoulder, and I heard it crack, and I knew I messed up. Bad. And I walked out of there like Frankenstein. It was rough. And so I knew I needed to find an upper cervical. There was no other question because of my past experience. I'm like, I'm not even going to waste my time with regular chiropractic, because I had done that my last accident, and they didn't even touch my neck. They went, here, do this, do that. They didn't even, I was like, nope. And so this time there was no question. So I found you, and it was the most amazing experience, because I couldn't turn my neck. I was moving my whole body. I couldn't hardly drive. I mean, I couldn't move. I was just like, my neck was stuck. And then I saw you, and then after you did my first adjustment, I'm still kind of like, okay, yeah, right. You said, wait, are you feeling better yet? I'm like, no. He's like, well, give it up to 24 hours. I'm like, yeah, right. So, because it was so bad that I couldn't comprehend how that adjustment could make that big of a difference that fast, when the other guy took like 4 to 6 weeks for me to notice a little bit of difference, so. Sure. So after I left your office, after your 15 minutes of in the chair, got back on 114, and I was driving to work, and I can't describe it any way other than clouds parting and sun shining through. It's like the pain in my neck, just like clouds, it just went away. I can't explain it in other ways. Like no words can explain it. That's so awesome. It was amazing. And I was like, wait, what is that? Because you could just feel it go away and evaporate into the air. And I did that. And then I did that, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I cried. And you had said you were going to call me in 24 hours, but I wanted to call you up right then. Yeah. And I couldn't wait for you to call me, because it was amazing. I've never experienced anything like it. And it also has helped my sciatica also. And this pain in my face has gone away also. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
And how long did it take on the facial pain? Because this is something that was interesting to me. When you came in, it was all just, hey, I fell in a ball. I have some neck issues. This is hurting. And we didn't even talk about the facial pain.
We didn't because I didn't even know to talk about it, because I didn't know any of that was related. Well, I had come in here for the trampoline injury, and maybe it was about a year that I saw you.
Yeah, it's about a year.
Everything was great. I was great. I was doing great. And then COVID hit.
Yes.
And that's what it was. And so I was going to you every month. And then when COVID hit, I missed that first month because everything was crazy. And I think I missed my second month.
Yeah, it took us about 3. It took everybody about 3 months. That's fair.
Yeah. So it was like, and then around Christmas was the worst, because we're wearing these masks around our ears. And this is where my pain was, around my ear. And I hadn't really gone shopping, but I was going Christmas shopping with the mask on, and it was excruciating. It's like all that pain that I had not felt in a while all came back at once, and it was shooting into my eyes, my eyebrows, my forehead, my sinuses, my jaw, my ear. And it felt like a massive tooth infection, a double, major ear infection all at once, plus other things. And so when I came in and saw you, I was like, I can't stay away. I got to do this. Yeah. And then I got my next adjustment, and it just went away.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And And so then I got, so it goes away, and it's awesome.
And
And
now
so
we're back
anytime
down
it,
to one, now we're back down to one a month, and things are still
right.
healthy. It's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah. And recently I injured my hip. Oh, I injured my hip, and it's kind of left me limping around a little bit. And then that sciatica started going crazy. So I'm like, okay. And so he said, well, let's try this other way. I was like, whatever you say, I'm a believer. So whatever you say, I will do. And so you adjust it a little bit different. And my sciatica is gone. And it's amazing, because you don't realize how awesome it is just to not even think about bending down and picking up something off the floor.
Oh yeah. That's a hard thing.
It's,
When you have
yeah,
it, it's bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And I had to get my daughter to tie my shoe when my shoe got untied if I was out in public, and just bending over to pick something up, or just sitting down and getting up without feeling pain. I mean, it's amazing. Awesome. So I wish everybody, and I tell everybody about Upper Cervical and about you guys, but just I need people to understand and believe.
Absolutely. Those are the two important things.
Yes.
And so one of the final questions I ask every single patient that comes on us is, if somebody was in your shoes and they have these situations going on, right? They've had multiple car accidents, maybe a few, slips and falls on the trampoline, and next thing you know, you have this systemic issue, right? So we're talking headaches and migraines, we're talking neck issues, we're talking trigeminal neuralgia, you're discussing sciatica, all these major neurological issues. What would you tell them about upper cervical care?
Just do it.
Just do it. That's it.
Just do it. You don't have to understand it, and you don't even have to believe it. Just do it. Just try it.
I love it. Those are really great words. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to believe it. Just let it do its magic. Right?
Yeah. And then you'll be a believer. You'll be a believer.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Bonnie, you are so awesome.
You are awesome. So
thank you so much for your time today. You are great.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. We're going to wrap this up here, guys. So thank you, Bonnie, for coming on and sharing your amazing testimonial with us.
Thank you.